As we say goodbye to the Frostbite season, we enter the new VIPERS season, alongside the year-long event rewards for the 2024 Celebrations event. So let's go over those. Let's start with the usual season pass. It's your standard pass with 100 stages to complete and multiple tanks to earn. In the free pass, you'll be able to earn the Tier 8 Chinese Preferential Premium Heavy Tank, the 112 at stage 100. In the paid pass, you'll be able to earn the Tier 7 Chinese Premium Light Tank, the Type 62 at stage 25. The Tier 8 Chinese Premium Medium Tank, the Type 59 at stage 75. As well as the brand new Era 2 Eastern Alliance Premium Heavy Tank, the BZT-70 at stage 100. This tank is touted as having the hardest hitting gun, but let's take a quick peek at the stats. This has a 180mm gun that deals only 950 alpha damage, so it's not the hardest hitting gun since there's a 183mm gun on the rock crawler that does 1150. There are some people who may have expected this to hit for 1050, since that's the alpha damage over on the Russian server for PC tanks as a tier 11, but this is an Era 2 tank here on console and only does 950 damage. As for the rest of its stats, it has 3100 HP to play with, a 17 power to weight ratio with its 1400 horsepower, and a 50 km/h top speed. A surprising 8 degrees of gun depression, 2.7 seconds of aim time with a base accuracy of 0.38, a reload time of 18.5, giving it a base DPM value of 3000, with its standard AP and premium heat rounds that both have sub 1000 shell speeds. Its AP having 380mm of pen, and its premium heat having 450. It also comes with a 65% silver booster if you're keen on that sort of thing, but honestly I have no clue how this tank will perform since I don't play Cold War myself. But let me know what you think and if you're looking forward to this tank. It does look fairly interesting. It does also come with a skin that you earn for completing 20 more stages past your season pass completion. So basically at stage 120 you'll earn this skin with snake skin on it. That's not all for the season pass, of course, as if you purchase the ultimate season pass, you will be instantly rewarded with 25 stage skips, the Monkey King 3D Hero Commander, and the brand new debut of rocket booster tanks with the Tier 8 Chinese Premium Heavy Tank, the BZ-176. This tank is one that many were either looking forward to or dreading its inevitable introduction. So let's look at the stats and see if we have to worry about this tank. Firstly, it's quite well known how much of a menace this thing is on PC, which is why there was some concern. And we're bringing it in with the exact same values, at least from what we're given here in this article, as PC has for its tank. Except for one key difference, the HE pen. PC has it at 225mm of HE pen, which is more than its AP, so why even run AP? But here on console, and without HE 2.0, we've given the tank only 80mm of HE pen. This was one of the big reasons as to why the tank dominates over there, but it's not the only reason, as it is heavily armored with an insane 10 degrees of gun depression, and of course those newly introduced rocket boosters to help it get into position quite quickly. It's sure to still be a menace, but at least it will most likely hit you with AP rounds or just splash damage other heavy tanks. We'll see how well the gun handles here on console 2 with its 0.46 base accuracy and 3.5 seconds of aim time. Sounds bad, but could still function, alongside its sub 900 shell speeds and no premium round. It's got 1550 HP to play with and a top speed limit of 30 with only 10.5 power to weight ratio from its 600 horsepower. But remember, it's got rocket boosters to utilize. It does only get 4 of them though, with a 10-second duration for each one and a 4-second cooldown between each one. So once they're used, it's stuck with its 600 horsepower and 30 km/h top speed limit. 650 alpha damage is going to hurt, and this thing will probably be ramming a lot of players, so stay away from these new tier 8 menaces on the block. Of course, with the BZ comes those rocket boosters, with new UI elements and a tech tree line to release sometime this season. No, they will not be here at the launch of the season. Give them 2 weeks or so till they're released. In the meantime, if you haven't prepared for them, make sure to elite your Type 58s, as they will branch off of that tank in the Chinese tech tree and begin with a tier 7 heavy tank from there. There is a map returning this season too, and no, it's not Cayenne, it's actually Ardennes, which we just played on within the Ice Queen's Lament mode back in December. So I suppose after we save the town, we now get to fight in it, and it is a winter map biome still. As for the rest of the seasonal info we got, there will be some additional MOE support, whatever that entails, a Cold War Eastern Alliance balance update, and changes to the war chests, all of which I will update you on when we have that information in a separate video. For now, I want to finish off with our rewards from the Celebrations event. If you weren't aware, there was a year-long event last year that spanned all 6 seasons. All you needed to do in this event was complete the season passes. Completing season passes would unlock you discounts for 2 brand new premium tanks, the M42 Duster, a Tier 7 American light tank in World War II, and the M163 VADS, an Era 2 Western Alliance light tank in Cold War. Each season you completed would give you a 20% discount towards one of those 2 tanks of your choice, meaning at 5 seasons completed you would have earned one for completely free. But the best part is, if you completed all 6 seasons, you will get both of them for free. If you missed out on any seasons, don't worry, you will still have a discount for any seasons you completed, and you're not limited to the tank you choose just for that discount. You will be able to buy the other tank for its full price too, if you're so inclined. The Duster is priced at 6,300 gold, and the VADS is priced at 12,800 gold. So if you do want both and have a discount available, make sure to discount the VADS as it's the more expensive tank. This is of course similar to the Calliope op they did the year before if you remember that, but instead with 2 tanks this time, one for each mode. So hopefully you were keeping up with the seasons to be able to pick up these baddies for free. And let's quickly go over their statistics too. As mentioned, the M42 Duster is a World War II Tier 7 American light tank. Like the Vigilante, it's actually an anti-aircraft tank. Both of these Celebration reward tanks are. So they have low caliber autocannons. The Duster here has 2 40mm autocannons. This tank's going to fire in sort of bursts. It's got 8 in a clip with a quarter-second intraclip, taking just 2 seconds to unload, which then puts you in a 2-second reload before you can dump another 2-second clip. So it's really like a burst gun with a 2-second burst and a 2-second intra, with no real long reload after a certain amount of burst or anything like that. You can just burst till you run out of ammo or time really. And the best part is, unlike an intraclip, you can better that in between bursts 2-second reload time with equipment, consumables, and skills, which will push that already high potential DPM of 4480 even higher. It's got surprising penetration too, 120mm at tier 7. It's going to be the lowest pen light tank at that tier, but not by much. It doesn't have premium rounds to help however, and its HE is only 26mm, but I doubt it'll do much splash if at all. The 120 pen AP rounds do 35 damage apiece, which gives you a burst of 280 in just 2 seconds. Not bad. I don't think this tank gets chip damage like the T249 because it's not a rotary autocannon though, which is also probably why it's been given much better pen for its tier. Looking at this tank honestly, its better comparison tank is probably the Tiefbreaker in terms of its playstyle and gun feel, which let's highlight the rest of the stats real quick. It's got 1.7 seconds of aim time with 0.28 accuracy. Vert stabs will still probably be a nice pick since its bloom might be bad after each shot. One of those stats that we cannot see, but we can definitely feel. It has 920 HP to play with and a very fast 72 km/h top speed with a nice 22 power to weight ratio given from its 500 horsepower. It only has 3 degrees of gun depression, which is gonna hurt to play, but it is what it is. These vehicles were meant to look up after all. Hopefully it's not too camoed, like a certain something we know, but this tank will probably fill the same niche as an anti-light tank shredder, but more akin to the Tiefbreaker like I said due to the time it will take to rip one apart. I don't think this tank will be a problem, and that clip and reload are definitely interesting to me. I can't wait to play it personally and review it for you guys in a more in-depth video, so stay tuned for that one. But moving on to the other tank reward you can choose, the M163 VADS for Cold War Era 2. This tank is a rotary autocannon, so it will get chip damage, and it's the second tank that will use the heat up mechanic that the Avenger has. But there's an interesting difference. So the heat up mechanic was something that I believe was there to replace the clip-based tanks, meaning you never had to reload, only once at the beginning, and then it's just about managing heat for the rest of the battle. But the VADS will have to reload during the course of the battle, while also having to manage its heat. When you look at the Avenger, it has a 3700 round clip and can only hold 3700 rounds, but the VADS can hold 4,000 rounds and has a clip size of only 1,200, meaning you have 3.5 clips in this tank to play with. I have no clue if it's quote unquote realistic to the tank, and frankly, I don't care. I just thought if you have to manage heat, they wouldn't make you have to manage a clip too. It is a video game after all. Anyway, what is this thing capable of? It has the same spin-up delay and a 20-second overheat penalty, which is 2 seconds longer than the Avenger. With its intro clip being 0.02, it unloads its 1,200 round clip in 24 seconds, dealing 12,000 potential damage with its 10 alpha damage rounds. Sounds like a lot, but mind you, that's 24 seconds if it didn't have to manage heat too. So it's going to have to burst and only does 10 damage a shot. With only 81 millimeters of penetration too. If you do have to reload this thing, it basically puts you on an overheat cooldown anyway with its 20 seconds base reload. I think this will feel way more fair to play against than something like the Avenger, but I also don't play Cold War, so you let me know. I've just heard a few complaints about the Avenger here and there. The Avenger looks so much better to me too, with the never having to reload part, the slightly better pen and damage, as well as the faster intra for quicker dumps. Of course, that's probably because it's a medium tank versus this being a light tank. As for its other stats, it's got 2,300 hit points to play with and has a top speed limit of 64 kilometers an hour with only a 17 power to weight ratio from its 212 horsepower. Speed equipment might be necessary on this one, I would think. It fares better than the Duster in the gun depression department with 5 degrees this time, and of course the insane gun elevation because it's meant to shoot planes. And its accuracy is 0.2 with 2 seconds of aim time. It does only have a 55% silver bonus though on this one. And that makes 2 more anti-aircraft tanks in the game. These are releasing with the launch of the season, so make sure to check the store for your discounts to purchase them or to choose which one you want for free. If you completed all 6 seasons, however, they will be in your garage already credited to you with no need to visit the store page. Of course, you'll still want to visit the store page for the free season starter pack though. But there you have it, the new Viper season alongside with the celebration rewards. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.